Parkera here, and welcome to another Football Manager Predicts. This time we are looking at the English trophies, and we are, of course, starting with the grand lady of them all, the FA Cup for the season. We've holidayed again ahead. We are now at June 2020, and we are going to go through the season and see who won what in terms of the trophies. Let's kick it off into the FA Cup. We are looking here at the quarter-final stages. Just to give it an idea as to who filters in through into the semis and obviously into the final here. So we're looking here, it's pretty much almost an all Premiership sort of quarterfinals as one can generally expect. We've got here Liverpool beating Rotherham 5-1 on with a pretty convincing win. Well, pretty convincing. A convincing win there. Rotherham, League One team, making the quarterfinals. Pretty impressive run for Rotherham. But Liverpool, just that little bit too far. Manchester United 3-2 over West Ham, needing extra time to win that one there. So it was a tough little battle. West Ham, a little bit of a bogey team in reality to United. Championship side, Bristol City just didn't have enough about them to, and Manchester City just decided to show them who's boss, and 2-0 wins. So both Manchester clubs going through there with Liverpool, so big three teams there. And Spurs rounding it off there in the Premier League, a 3-1 win over Reading. However, needing extra time to take out the championship side there. So squeaky bum time, really, if you think about it. We were being 1-1 at half time. Not half time, full time. So that's how it ended up there. So it's quicken, and it's going to the semi-finals here. All played at Wembley. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually click into the game here. Oh, lovely, pretty. We got, it's gone black. Interesting. So we've got Spurs here at Wembley, obviously losing 2-0 to Liverpool. Liverpool dominating here, definitely with the shots and target, and as expected, most of the possession there. Harry Kane injured in the 36th minute, but Mo Salah getting a goal, and Jorginho getting the goal in the 22nd minute. So two quick, fast, rapid-fire goals from Liverpool, consigning Spurs and knocking them, plopping them out on their ass to back into Netherland and going out of the cup there. If we look at here, the Manchester derby, Man United losing 1-0 to City. A goal by Aguero in the 50th minute. Not good enough for United, really. Fairly, it wasn't a big one-sided affair. 1-0, but, United had their chances. Shots on target 6, which is more than they generally get in real life at the moment. But it is what it is. 1-0, sad loss to Man City. So I'm going to go for the Manchester. I'm going for Liverpool here. So to me, Liverpool is the lesser of the two evils. Okay, let's head into the final and see who rock and rolled. And the Rock and Roll Express went to Liverpool. 3-1 win over Man City. Goals by Trent Alexander-Arnold in the 46th, and Firmino getting a double, 62nd and 65th. Aguero's 44 minutes kickoff one was not enough there, and also we can see someone injured for Man City. Overall, I guess, possession, Liverpool had the better. They did have the better of the possession there. Shots. Better shots on target, 9 shots on target, and the basic stats. Of course, I am not going into details. Liverpool winning the FA Cup there in style. If we have a look at the records now, and we look at the past winners, we can see Liverpool there winning it in, after Man City last season, of course, Chelsea. So Liverpool's been a while since they last won the FA Cup, way back in 2005-2006. So what we'll do now is we'll go back to the overview and see if we can see something here. So the final year there, and some plus player stats here. Firmino, obviously, leading goal scorer on 7. Troy Deeney from Watford on 6. And Wellings, Jerry McDowell, 5 goals for him. Average rating was Firmino, 8.47. Denny Rowe from Flyde, 8.4. And Troy Deeney from Watford, 8.37. Interesting there to see Flyde, who probably would have been knocked out way earlier, I would presume, and he's there on the second highest average rating. For assists, we've got Mane for Liverpool, followed by Johnston from Altrincham, and Hawks from Christian Ashton. Most man of the match awards was Andrei Yarmolenko from West Ham, and clean sheets were Peter Duran from Weymouth. Okay, interesting there as well. All right, so that's it. Winners of the FA Cup, Liverpool. So we'll see you in the flick of a chick, and we will go into the EFL Cup, also known as the Carabao Cup. Won't be a sec. And folks, we are back here with the Carabao Cup. And we're going to start here in the fourth round. There's a good mix of teams that are still in there, and there's a couple of shockers. Oh, well, shockers or surprises. So Crystal Palace going through on penalties after beating Manchester City after a 1-1 draw. Again, your big teams here, they're not going to really take this as important anyway, but still, it's quite good to see these results. Liverpool unable to do a double in trophies there, losing after a 1-1 draw, so losing penalties to local rivals, the Derby. Everton. So Everton get one back, because if I recall, I did have a look, and Everton were knocked out by Liverpool in the third or fourth round of the FA Cup. Arsenal, 2-2 draw with United, and they went through on penalties. Well, United aren't the best at penalties at the moment, are we? Brentford losing to Norwich there. West Ham losing to Championship side Preston, which is pretty good for Preston. Villa going through on penalties against Fulham. And Newcastle beating Huddersfield, and Tottenham absolutely nailing Rotherham. So Rotherham had a good run in the FA Cup, but they weren't able to really get there in the Carabao. Quarterfinals, we can see that Newcastle losing to Arsenal again. Arsenal look like they are the penalty kings, taking out Newcastle. Everton 3-0 win over Aston Villa, nice comfortable win there. And Crystal Palace end the championship run of Preston, and also Tottenham 2-1 win over Norwich. See, semi-finals once again all encompassed by the Premier League times. So obviously we're talking about two legs here, so we'll just click on that. So Spurs versus Everton, 1-1, 4-3 on aggregate. So Spurs go through on that one, which is pretty impressive. So yeah, Everton 3-1, and it was close. So, yep, very close this game. This game was very close. I mean, it makes sense. It was a 1-1 draw. Everything to go for. Possession was really close, tight. Definitely shots and goal. Shots in total. It was a very close game. And looks like it was a close game as well when you consider the aggregate 4-3 overall. So, Spurs are ending Everton's good run of form there, going through to the final. And we can see that Arsenal, again, actually not needing penalties this time, going through, smashing Crystal Palace 7-1 on aggregate. I mean, a 4-0 win here, just dominated. Goals from Matteo, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Nelson. Just look at those stats. Absolutely dominated and completely, utterly crushed Crystal Palace. Now we'll go now into the final, and we can see that their run ended. Spurs fans, you'll be happy. The London Derby, Spurs getting the win over Arsenal there, 4-1, just showing them that, hey, we are the best in London. Well, probably. But Arsenal, Saka got a fifth goal opening, and then Kane came back with Dele Alli, Heung-min, and then Parrott finishing off in the 71st minute. So a comfortable Carabao Cup win there for Tottenham. So all your Spurs fans out there, you can go, hoo-hoo! So Spurs winning it for the first time in a long time, since 2007, 2008, so over 10 years. So they'll be very happy with that win. If we just go to have a look at some of the overviews here from stats. Goals, Sean Maguire from Preston, first equal on 4 goals. Moise Keane from Everton, also first equal on 4 goals. And Aubameyang from Arsenal, 4 goals. So average average rating, 8.26 from Harry Kane, 8.2 from Alfie Jones from Gillingham, and Dale Fry from Middlesbrough, 8.2 as well. Most assists, Harry Kane from Spurs. Eric Dyer, 3, equal with Christian Eriksen from Spurs. Man of the match awards, Harry Kane, followed by Bradley Dack from Blackburn, and West Ham's Alexander Isak. And clean sheets you can see there, as well as the yellow card. So that is the Carabao Cup. Tottenham get that there. So 2 different cups, 2 different winners, which is pretty good to see. And let's get in. We'll be with you, and we are going to look at a couple of the lesser cups in England as well. So it won't be a click of a flick. Okay, folks, and we're back with the leasing.com trophy, or the EFL trophy. Minor trophy, obviously. This is the one that most of the big teams from the Premiership can put their academy sides or 23 sides into. So we'll start with the northern section because it goes into sections. Bolton 2-1 win over Sunderland there, so that's pretty good for Bolton, a League One side, especially with their struggles recently. Maybe in real life they would love to have that as well. 2-1 win there over Sunderland. And if we go to the southern section as well, into the semi-finals, we'll see that Portsmouth 2-1 wins over Coventry. And let's go straight into the final, nice and easy. We'll see Bolton penalty shootout against Portsmouth. So Bolton getting some silverware here. Goal by Harry Brockbank in the 52nd minute from Bolton. This is cancelled out by John Marquez in the 78th minute. And then, of course, it went into penalties with 2 players missing for Portsmouth. So Bolton winning through there 4-2 on penalties. So that's nice and easy. Let's just have a quick look at the history there. Past winners. Portsmouth. So Portsmouth, in the finals for the second time. So they were going for a two-peat. That's not too bad. We've got Lincoln, Coventry, Barnsley, Bristol City and Peterborough. I can't see Bolton here anywhere unless I scroll down, so I'm not going to really too fussed about this one. And we can see there in front of you are some of the stats. Most goals was Mikael Mandaron, 5, and then second equal on 4 goals was Adam Rudy from Salford and Bruno Andrade from Lincoln. Average ratings 8.02 for Charlie Raglan from Cheltenham. Mandarin from Gillingham, and also Omar Bogey from Lincoln. Assists George Grant, Tom Milner and Sean Gross as well, and Player of the Match awards. You can see Owen Evans there with Sam Link and Curtis Jones. Daniel Iverson, clean sheets, Scott Finders and Ben Wilson. So that is the Leasing Cup coverage. We are going to have a look at one more, which is the good old Community Shield. It means absolute jacaranda, but we're going to have a nosy-rosy anyway. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Liverpool 4, Manchester City 0. Yep, meaningless little, it used to be called the Charity Shield. So yeah, 4-0 win for Liverpool. A little bit of silverware for their cabinet, I guess. Firmino getting 2 goals, Salah and Shaqiri. All looks like, all first half, well, basically almost all first half goals there as well. And kept Man City nothing. But Man City had pretty much a good team in there. De Bruyne, Silva, Sterling, Aguero. So it's not like they just couldn't be bothered with it. So that's it. Yeah, nice and simple, really. Community Shield. Just have a look at the past winners. We can see Liverpool winning it way back in 2006-07. I know Man United have won it a few times, but it's one of those trophies, really, isn't it? At the end of the day, and it is what it is. So Liverpool winning that there over Manchester City. We don't probably need to look at anything. There's no profile as such for this. It's just one game. All right, folks, I'm going to leave it there for you. I'm going to leave it there with you. I am going to look at doing a prediction as well for Germany, Italy, Espanyol, maybe France, and also Scotland. But I'm only going to focus on the top league for those divisions and also the main cup or two. I'm not going to go as involved in terms of their trophies. If there's any other leagues you'd like me to look at, maybe do for predictions or cups, hit me down below in the comments and let me know, and I will add it to the list. I'm loving FM20. I actually haven't. I've been doing more game recording like these things than anything else. I'll tell you what. But it's because I didn't plan to do a beta save anyway, so it's something. All right, folks. I really appreciate the feedback, all the likes and views as well. Keep them coming. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Absolutely brilliant. All right, I'm Parkera. Kia kaha.